Welcome to Hey Dr. Sue. So people submit their sex questions to me anonymously, and once a week I post one question and one answer. Do you have a sex question you've always wanted answered? Go ahead and check out the description for information on how to submit it anonymously. This week's question is, what are other ways of getting a yeast infection? First, let's talk about what a yeast infection is. The fungus that causes a yeast infection is normally present in the vagina, but usually in small amounts. An increasing amount of fungus causes a yeast infection. While a lot of people associate yeast infections with sexual activity, there are a number of other things that can cause them. Being on antibiotics can do it, so can having diabetes that's not really well controlled. Yeast infections can also be caused by change in hormones. Some women get a yeast infection once a menstrual cycle because of the change in their hormone levels. But there are other things as well, like your underwear. That's right, ladies, that sexy underwear you like to wear, unless it's cotton, can be causing yeast infections. Your vagina needs to be able to get some air, and non-cotton underwear can prevent that. Regardless of what caused the yeast infection, it can still be spread through sexual activity. If you have a yeast infection, you may want to avoid vaginal sex until treatment is over. You can also pass on a yeast infection through oral sex. If you're the one who has the infection, then it's safe for you to go down on your partner, but not the other way around. And here's something to add to your to-do list for when you finish listening to this. Go clean your sex toys. If not properly cleaned and stored, they can also spread yeast infections. How do you know if it's a yeast infection? The two most common symptoms are thick white vaginal discharge and itching. A lot of itching. If you're having symptoms but you've never had a yeast infection before, don't self-diagnose it. Go to the doctor. Intense itching can be a yeast infection, but it can also be a sign of another type of vaginal infection. Men, this goes for you too, since you can also get a yeast infection. Yes, I know that you don't have a vagina, but because it can be transmitted through vaginal sex, you can get it as well. If you have itching or burning in your penis, go get it checked out. Have fun and be safe. Did you enjoy that video? If so, make sure to like it. Also, make sure to subscribe. It lets you know when new videos are coming out and it helps to support the channel. Check out the description for information on how to find me on Instagram and Medium.